Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the CCA Semifinals triple header. 2 matches down and 1 to go. We are headed on over to Division 3 to see who is going to be matching up against CSU LB Black. It's Egg Spaghetti versus Goomies. I am DRF, joined by Kraken Mayo to bring you home on this triple header.
They brought the crazy person back! Woo!
Woo!
On the fly. Let's do this.
Hey, honestly, yeah, it's Kraken was here. Why not? We're gonna take advantage of Kraken being around, and milk him for all the content that he delivers on.
I'm here to have a great time, David. I've already had a great time. You know, it does suck to see Penn State lose that last set. It's not something I've had to say in a long time, David, since the beginning of the Penn State thing, when we've had all sorts of shebangs going on behind the scenes at Penn State. But with ISU, congratulations on that last set. We have an amazing set coming up here, David. I'm excited for the Div 3 semifinals, aren't you?
Yes, I am so excited for this. Division 3 has been one of the most wild playoffs that we have ever seen. Egg Spaghetti, the only group winner to survive the quarterfinals. Everyone else finished second place in their group. And we're going to just dive right on in. It is, once again, Clamlets on Inkblot Art Academy and Kraken. These are some compositions.
I love weird comms. I mean, you know me, Dave. I mean, for those that don't know me, I like to call myself a low tier main. All right. When I started picking up brush, most people know me for my brush. When I picked up brush, it was like a D tier and F tier weapon. All right. I've started to pick up undercover. All right. It is time. I love to see weird weapons. And I'll tell you what, though. None of these are like super weird. It's just weird to kind of see them as a whole, right?
Yes.
Like for example, Egg Spaghetti. Rarely do you see a dualies, a brush, a range blaster, and a bow together. You might see 1 or 2 of them on a team, but for 4 weapons that are not just like 52 gal, shot, pencil, it is refreshing.
Yeah, it certainly is. It is just kind of a weird and tandem combination for Egg Spaghetti here, but they are off to a solid start with maintaining a bit of this mid control. Clam Economy not quite in their favor at this stage, but this is turning out to be a pretty stalemating match to start things off, Kraken.
Oh, the brush trying to drop from the top rope, not getting anything this time, getting sniped out of the air. Fantastic shot by the Goomy sniper, but gonna get range blastered. Everybody's going down, David.
Yeah, everyone's going down. Power clams need to be passed around here. Goomies in control at this stage now, with that clam economy in their favor. Trip strikes coming out, but not going to find any value there, other than maybe just pushing some people around on that left stack. But at this stage, it's going to come down to whoever kind of gets the second and third pick, as we do see 2 down on the side of Goomies as I say that. But it looks like there might be a response here out of Goomies. No, somehow Octocal going to roll out of the way. This could be an opportunity for Egg Spaghetti to get a push going, but they don't have too many clams in tow, and a great shot by the sniper rider. But oh, hey, Egg Spaghetti is going to get the score off.
Well, we will not have an 8-minute Clam Blitz game. I'm a little bit disappointed, David. I was really hoping to see one today.
Hey, there's still one more opportunity later. Game 5 is guaranteed.
That's true. That is true. You are right. We finally see... I was going to highlight... I would love to see someone trying to get on that top left. We have one of the Goomy members up on that top left. They could be jumping in right now. The Pencil! Pencil, jump in! Pencil, jump in! Do something! Please!
There it is. A little bit slow on the uptake, but they do get the jump and the power clam score. There's a second power clam that will be cashed in, and that gives the lead to the Goomies. But Octocal going to clean up shop here and is able to shut down this push. Lead in favor of Goomies, but Egg Spaghetti is always within reach here.
Yeah, something I kind of see a lot of both teams are really just playing the early on. They were both playing this left stack, the left stack for Egg Spaghetti. I was about to say, go Goomies, try a left side push, because they had left that rail open. And so that was a really good job by the Goomies to take advantage of that, take the lead. Mind you, it is a power clam and 4 clams, or, for lead right now. But nonetheless, it is a lead on this map, which can sometimes be a little stally if you can keep people at bay, because there's 2 real strong choke points on this, being the slick slash rail and the front ramp right there that we're seeing the bow shoot at.
Yeah, absolutely. 1 minute to go though, and it's really stally, as you had said, Kraken. Egg Spaghetti does have a couple of specials online. I would love to see that crab popped out. There it is, trying to get a couple of picks, try to just push people around on plat, and 2 members of Egg Spaghetti go down seemingly to the Zuka. They thought they had a window of opportunity with the crab, but the crab just was moving people around, and Egg Spaghetti, I think, just kind of jumped the gun there on that push, and now with 30 seconds to play, they are gonna have to reset and try and find another power clam.
Credit to them, though. That is the ingredients you need to find a way to get a win, though. All right, so I want to give them mad credit for that push, even though it didn't work out. All of the pieces were there. The team was pushing up. They had specials going. They were pushing the plat. So credit to them, even though it didn't work out, they're in a good position. They still had the pity clam in the back, so they have options. They have... Oh, never mind. That pity clam is in danger, David. They are completely pushed back. They have to go for it, or it's over.
Yeah, that's gonna break. Wow. Oh, Egg Spaghetti just not going to get it done in game 1. Goomies coming out on top to start off this 9-game, best of 9 series, I should say. So this is a solid start for the Goomies, even though it really just came down to 1 push each. It's just Egg Spaghetti got 1 power clam, Goomies got 2 power clams. So still pretty even game nonetheless. Kraken, we might be in for a long series.
I think so too. I mean, both teams only got exactly 1 push off, right? You pointed out the power clam difference, but both teams were actually just 1 push each, 1 time scoring. The difference is the Goomies had 2 jumps, or 1 jump in, and the one that came in through the slick, it looked like, and scored. So it was 1 push though. Neither team had a long extended push, just quick little bink, and it was over. Really good defensive side. Now, can we bring that offense? The pieces were there for, like, Egg Spaghetti, right? We talked about that. I mentioned that mid-game. The pieces were there. Can they just bring them together? Can they make the Egg Spaghetti, right? They don't want to burn it. You have all the ingredients. You have nice, high-quality ingredients. But if you don't put it together right, it just becomes bleh, and you don't want to eat it. So that game was bleh. Now, can they make it a nice cooked dinner?
Well, time will tell on that, and hopefully they don't, burn the food. But we're gonna go ahead and keep this going. Apologies, hold on. Because I was supposed to leave and grab some stats, but we're just too far into it at this point, so we'll let them keep going on the set so we can just keep progress going, and we'll come back to retrieve those stats after this next game, which will be Splatzone's Barnacle and Dime has become my next arch nemesis in Splatoon, because other than that PSU ISU game, it's B&D Splatzones is so long.
No, David, I understand. We just want to point out, we saw you in chat say, I saw a flip of zones in B&D, impossible. Like, paraphrasing you, but you are exactly right. As we highlighted in that first set, right? Not that last set. I and Mizuno highlighted. I assume as well the first set. I unfortunately didn't get a chance to watch it. Glad for those that did watch it. Good job. It's just so choke point heavy. Once you get people past the pit there, it's pretty much a good chance you're gonna lock out. At minimum, get a lot of points on the board. And we saw that with the last set. Both teams got both of their pushes off when they had a chance to kind of lock the other team out. And this should be the same case here. If offensively either team can put it together and get somebody to that, defensively both teams have held well. So I think compared to our last set, where we didn't see that lockout, I think we might actually have that this time, David.
Yeah, that certainly could be the case. So we'll have to see. Again, Splat Zones B&D. Just, I don't know, it's not a vibe anymore. It's not a vibe. Like, I've done such like a 180 on this because there's been so many like insanely cool things that have happened on Splat Zones B&D, but like, it's just, it's not fun. Like, it straight up isn't. So, you know, it's fun if you're locking out. Like, don't get me wrong. If you are locking out, you are having the time of your life. It is just pure misery if you're on the other end of it, though.
I tell you what, little fun fact about this map that our buddy Pork Schmork told me. There's a ball pit on this map, David. If you look, when you drop out of spawn to the right, there's a little ball pit and there's a little jelly in there. He's a little happy little guy. More happy than any of the players, I'll tell you what. But this map is very choke point heavy, but I'll tell you what, other modes, it's great. I think Rainmaker and Clams, it has a lot of potential on to see, but zones, as you highlight, it can be tough to do. That choke point becomes really difficult. You need two or three specials sometimes to clear out that corner, and if you don't get the stack, you lose it. One thing to highlight, Penn State and ISU did well, is they were able to hold that stack at times, and that kept the lockouts in the middle of the game from really happening. And here we go! We see some weird comps again here, David.
Micro adjustments, it seems, for the most part, as I believe Pencil is new for Egg Spaghetti. I think Pencil was previously on Goomies. So, and there's already the wipeout. So, all right, here we go. This is going one of two ways, Kraken. This game will either be over in about 30 seconds, or we will be getting a thrilling back and forth adventure here as Raven doing everything they can to find a play, and they do actually get one there. Gonna get the recall, so that stagger could actually be pretty beneficial now for Egg Spaghetti to try and flip this zone in what is always been just a lockout heavy map. And there's the second pick. Egg Spaghetti is roaring into the zone here and does get the flip. A great response.
Yeah, I'm surprised too. What we didn't mention was that 3 went down of Egg Spaghetti right before that pick by the brush. So they rushed back in really well. Good job there by Egg Spaghetti, realizing they had a slight, very small window. If they hesitate even a little bit, they don't get in there, David. And this game would already have been over. Instead, though, they bring that in, and now we're kind of in that neutral. Never mind about the neutral situation because 2 of them just went down. Never mind. Goomies are going to go ahead and get their shot to see if they can push it back in from the pit. This time, though, doesn't look like anybody's going to get up on that ledge, which I don't think we did in the last push either for Goomies.
No, I don't think so. But with one member of Egg Spaghetti going down here, the brush is actually going to be very quick to jump back in, but is quickly going to retreat back to spawn. And this will actually be a zone flip.
I don't know, yeah. No! It should now. It should now with multiple.
No, David. How did Egg Spaghetti survive that?
Oh, this has got to be it. If you don't cap this, if you're Goomies here, yeah, okay, there you go. We saw 2 zone flips, David. We saw 2. Woo! What a world we live in when the zones is being flipped on this map. And this player, the Goomies, is not going to have a good time if people decide to rush him. And never mind, they just said, nah, I'm better. I win.
Yeah, a great play here by Lumino to find that first pick, get the second in a trade, and that's going to allow their teammate to rush up and try to get the Snipe Raider, but no, the Snipe Raider actually gets the pick there, and Egg Spaghetti will get a chance to flip this zone. 3rd zone flip of the game. When you get more than like 2 zone flips, like Barnacle and Dive could be such a top tier map mode, but it's just so rare when we see it like this. But I love it. The fact that we're seeing it here in the semifinals, this map being competitive and just multiple lead changes as we see Egg Spaghetti get the lead now. This is phenomenal.
Yeah, we're enjoying the Coconut Mall theme in our heads, if you're me anyways. And with that Pencil getting that huge double is key. Egg Spaghetti taking the lead. But it looks like Goomies has one now. I don't know how much of opportunity they have. They just went 2 down.
Oh?
3 down.
Oh, wait.
It's gonna be close.
Wait. No.
We see the fireworks go off for Egg Spaghetti, and it's basically a best of 7 now, David.
Yes. So it is now a best of 7 as these two teams have traded game 1 and 2. So it is a 1-1 set. Egg Spaghetti with a nice bounce back there. Once again, another close game between these two teams. This one definitely a lot more points on the board compared to game number 1. So fantastic job from both of these teams and continuing to progress through this set. I think we're gonna probably be in for a long one, Kraken.
Yeah, I think we basically flipped the score from last game, but that is a zones moment, mind you. Zones is one of the most knocked out, if not, I believe, I would just want to bluntly say that's probably the most knocked out mode in this game. It actually probably beats Rainmaker in this, which is actually, I think, ridiculous. Because, like, it's so much easier to score points in that. Rainmaker, depending on the map, there's some maps that are really easy to knock out on, but I think as a mode as a whole, Zones is probably knocks out a little bit more than Rainmaker. Do you happen to have any fun statistics on that for CCA this season? Because I know you were starting to track them previously, but I haven't got a chance to look at your stats this year.
I'd have to I'd have to check because that probably is a slightly more niche stat, so that's probably not readily available. But I'm sure that if you kindly ask Hoken, he would be more than happy to whip up the knockout rates in those maps, so in those modes. Because I know we did kind of an analysis with Clam Blitz earlier in the season.
That, yes. Yeah, I saw there was one for tower control, checkpoints, and everything too. Shout out to the stats team, mind you. When we started that, David, my... Well, you started it, and I joined the team, to be clear.
I was going to say, yeah, it was me being like, I have an idea, Kraken, get in here. And then Hoken was like, this is cute. Let me show you guys how to run a real spreadsheet.
I remember, I during college, I'm just up till 4 in the morning punching in stats manually. Yep. We're just doing...
Yeah, we're two guys, a spreadsheet and a calculator and some duct tape. Like managing all of that as we dive on into game number 3, though, Kraken. So a couple of adjustments actually. The Octo Shot coming out here. And the Range Blaster, which has been a pretty popular choice on Hagglefish Tower Control.
Yeah, I mean, blasters in general have started to come into the game finally, it feels like. So, especially Range. The Rabbits have been seen prior to that, here and there, but I think Range is now taken over as the most played individual blaster I've seen. Shoutouts to different folk really just kind of maintaining it and finally showing it off. It got some adjustments and it's finally paying off that work that they put into this weapon. And we see the pencil get a pick, but then also get absolutely just clapped by a person just out of nowhere with the Zipcaster, David.
Yeah, hey, but Egg Spaghetti did clear that first checkpoint. That's the main thing that they got out of that push, because that can be a tricky checkpoint to clear, and to clear it that early on, Egg Spaghetti should be in a good position through the rest of these 3.5 minutes to try and continue to aggressively get more points on the board. But of course, they're going to need numbers to do that as they lose 2 of their own. Octocal are going to have to roll away in that crab. Not in a great spot. Probably going to be a jump out here. Yes, it is. So 2 more points on the board for Egg Spaghetti. But Goomies looking to try to re-control mid and get a push of their own.
You know, mad credit to Egg Spaghetti. Again, very similar to that first game. The pieces were there. They were trying to get to that next level. They were attempting to do it. They just couldn't put it all together to get a good push out. But they are still maintaining, even after all of those deaths, they're getting back in very quickly. And they've just controlled this game. I mean, Goomies are finally getting past 5 points scored for the first time. And that's only because 3 members went down again for Egg Spaghetti. Make that a delayed wipe, David. But can Goomies push up? Right now, Goomies are they're not pushing up past the ramp. Finally, we see that, David.
Absolutely. And this, is a tied game at this stage. Not able to get the lead. It's going to be Egg Spaghetti holding on by a point. But Goomies gonna give it another shot here. Diving on this tower. I think that's a trade out. Oh, it is absolute madness around this tower right now. Trying to force the lead. Goomy's gonna give it a shot here. No, they go down again on the side. Bubble trying to hold mid, trying to get somebody on the tower. Bubble gonna give it a shot themselves, but 2 down on the side of Goomies. It's Bubble that has to back up and gets shut down. Goomies just can't tap the tower across the line there.
Octocali, fantastic play, by the way. That was a good flank. They had a flank in there that made the difference because they got another member. The other one that was up with the brush. I think it was the brush, right? That was the last one that was trying to push it. Whoever the last one was pushing it there. Oh, no, it wasn't the brush on the other team. But the player trying to get that, right? Octocali got their friend. So they had nobody else. And then they just rushed the tower and they stopped Goomies from the... But even if they got the lead, David, they already would have been beat.
Yeah.
What? Direct from the range blaster on the tower. Ooh. Good shot. Yeah,
so 14 more points on the board for Egg Spaghetti with 1:15 to go. And Goomies searching for some answers here, trying to find a couple of picks. Not going to be able to do so. It's going to be a trade, actually. The Sniper Raider in position, trying to battle the other Sniper Raider on the other side, but it's Flopsy who finds the first pick there, and that's going to slow down Goomies' momentum significantly as they are just slowly running out of time to find the key positions here and get that next push going. And another 2 down situation. The Brush finding a double. Rare doing everything they can, not able to find the picks, and it's Egg Spaghetti that is in full control in these closing 30 seconds.
Crabs here have not, thus far historically in this set, have not been a big thing, but I'll tell you what, a lot of teams are popping and the pressure is there, but they haven't really been able to, either team, take advantage of their crabs just yet. I think that's been a big difference in this game right now. If either team can just start getting some effort with their crabs and start getting some W's with it, we've seen some picks, right? But the pressure just not coming together. We see with 5 seconds remaining, though, Fox trying to get something. Rare is on the tower. All the members or Goomies are pushing up quickly, David. Overtime. Here we come.
Oh, and that's a quick 2 down. A bomb trying to come in and save the day, but I think the bomb came in just a tad late. And Egg Spaghetti secures game number 3 to go up 2-1 in this set.
Everybody just died on the tower. Everybody's gone. No one's home. That was one of those where it could have went either way, right? With the tower, it was so close with where that bomb exploded along with everyone explatting. There was a chance there that Goomies technically keeps control, and because I think there was another Goomy. I'm watching the replay right now. I believe there was another Goomy member still alive, just a little bit behind tower. That almost was another chance for Goomies to keep scoring. Yeah, it looks like the machine was not far behind the tower. Unfortunate for Goomies the way that fell, where the Egg Spaghetti just got control for that split second, where they died just a hair later than the Goomies member, because they could have kept that push going.
Yeah, and so to kind of contribute to this discussion here, the stats. So taking a look here, the stats in this game were crazy. Wet Fox on the side of Goomies on the pencil went 20-8. For the splats to deaths, or I guess KA to deaths. 20-8, which phenomenal performance. But then on the other side with Egg Spaghetti, you have Flopsy on the pencil as well, going 18-8-7. That is, splats, assists, deaths, and specials. And Octocali on the dualies, going 19-3.
I was about to ask, because I felt like they had the best game of anyone there. And that just proved it, I think. Because those are probably mostly kills, too. Those are not a lot of assists. They were slaying like crazy, David. And
like, how as a dually are you only dying 3 times? Like, those are numbers that, like, midlines and backlines get.
Yeah, I mean, same thing happened with Xylo in the other set too. Me and Mizuno were just like dumbfounded in the Barnacle and Dime game. We only 3 deaths in that game too. I mean, that's crazy for Octocali to come in there with the dualies and only die 3 times. I think they only had maybe like 1 or 2 jump outs in that game too, which in a way are like a half a death. So you have what, 4 effective deaths in the game for that your downtime? That is amazing for a front line who was popping crabs, flanking, getting all sorts of kills. They just weren't sitting back and relaxing, David, having a good time, enjoying the market, you know, shopping around, getting some new plushies and other things. No, they're like, hey, we're taking over this market. It's mine. We're gonna take it over. And I mean, that was crazy, the amount of splats they had in that game.
Well, let's jump into game number 4 now, Kraken. It is Rainmaker on Manta, and the only adjustment that I am seeing, if I have this correct, is the heavy edit coming out from Fox.
I'll tell you what, weird to see something named Fox not being a really fast weapon. It does hurt my brain a little bit. So for all those Smash folks out there used to seeing Foxes go, instead we have the Fox here on the back line.
It is a fast back line, though.
Nice and quick. Huh?
It is a fast back line.
It is one of the fastest back lines. You are right. And they're getting some fast kills, I'll tell you what. But on the other side, Egg Spaghetti's getting some fast points. And I will take fast points over fast kills.
Especially early on into this game, 1 minute in, and Egg Spaghetti all the way down to that 51-point mark and looking to keep it going. It's Flopsy that's going to actually pick up this Rainmaker, advance at another 5 points before getting shut down. So it looks like that this push is effectively stalled, but it looks like Berkeley's still doing everything that they can to keep the Rainmaker in the street.
Egg Spaghetti tried, no luck there. Only, you know, as you mentioned, a few extra bonus points there in the end, but that is not a push you want to win with. They were going for it. If they had a few more seconds, Octocali might have grabbed it and probably gotten like 10 points on that. Instead, if not more for that matter. Instead, this time, they're just going to sit back. If they can get that crab on that wall, though, and here it is! I call it, the call is real, and it's just the machine, David! This is going to be big points, David.
Oh, this will be big points, that's for sure. Flopsy all the way down to 13 remaining, but a great stop there by Fox. And that's 3 down. Octocali last one standing. A jump in as well, but not going to be any good. So a great stop, actually, because given that that was an effective wipe, the fact that he stopped at 13 remaining, I thought for sure they were at least touching pedestal.
Yeah, I thought so too. 13 remaining in that situation is kind of a miracle. To be honest with you, great play by Fox quickly this time. Quickly showing that backline speed, making me look like a fool and moving around. Look at this movement. They have a lot of run speed being a heavy, and they're utilizing it on the greats, and the team swarms, and that will be checkpoint for Goomies, David. And that's a great position you want to be. And now the Fox can use that greats and things if they're not grabbing the Rainmaker and just boom down shots on Egg Spaghetti, and it's working.
Oh, wait. And here's... Oh, Goomies went for it. A good opportunity, but I think might have just moved a tad bit too fast there, trying to force the points. And they're going to fall a bit short of taking the lead by about 18 points there from tying. So with 2 minutes to go, Egg Spaghetti back in control of this Rainmaker, and they said, hey, Goomies got a little bit close there, still a sizable lead, but hey, what if we just, you know, gave it another go? Maybe a few more points, maybe a knockout.
You know, if I was Egg Spaghetti right now, David, I would take this as top left. That's
an interesting idea. Because people almost never do that, but okay, Kraken.
Scream, David. They have to be listening. Everybody is following what I say. I swear. But if you get that in that top,
that's the reverse commentator's curse.
Yeah, if they can get in that, if they could have gotten in that top left, they could just stall it there. And it would have been a really awkward spot for the Goomies to handle, but they didn't quite be able to get up there fast enough And with that, Goomies has another shot with about a minute remaining, but Malt 3 going down. This Rainmaker is not in a great spot. As I kind of mentioned, being up in that top left is not where you want to be if you're the team losing.
Yeah, absolutely. 40 seconds to play. Octocali once again at the forefront of the action, playing actually a little bit more passively than what we've probably seen from them before, but waiting for their time. No, no, they dove and jumped out. How did they survive that? They said, oh, this is a bad situation, I'm gonna get the heck out of there, and puts themselves in the position to stop the Rainmaker.
That's insane. They rush in. They should have died to the Rainmaker, but that cooler buff, that's what it was. The key to success there was that cooler quick super jump. They got out in literally probably a few frames remaining from death. And look, they're going to end it with they would have been a triple. I bet you their stat line was very similar, David, to the last game.
Yeah, like Octocali just continues to play these dualies in just such a unique way. Like they're very passive, but like they're quick. Like they'll like zoom in, just get the quick pick and pull out. And it's mind-boggling. I've never quite seen someone on the dualies move like that in the CCA.
I don't think I've seen anyone ever do that jump like that, David. I've seen jump outs, mind you, really quick jump outs that are really key, like on a split-second thing. But literally inside of a Rainmaker shot, got hit by the main, the initial, the 50 damage initial. And before it exploded on the ground, they jumped out.
Yeah.
They hit that fast, David. That is insane. I want to highlight how insane that was. I have never seen that ever happen in all my time.
Yeah, it was quite impressive. And to go ahead and answer your previous question there, Octocali with a very similar stat line indeed, going 21-5. Which the least amount of deaths on their team as well, as we have 7, 8, and 11 for the rest of Egg Spaghetti. So the dualies was the person to die the least in this entire lobby. Again, my mind is trying to comprehend this because it's like, how?
To slightly defend their teammates and the other side, the backlines especially. Some of them were grabbing Rainmaker. They were grabbing Rainmaker.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Fox
No,
was grabbing Rainmaker. Flopsy was grabbing Rainmaker. So some of the, probably 50% of their deaths were Rainmaker. To defend them a little bit. However,
it's not a knock on them at all.
That does not take away from Octocali here, who straight up is just being a monster. If you are Goomies, it is delete Octocali and you might have a shot. Might. Like, that's what it's coming down to.
And on the side of Goomies as well, it seems like each game somebody is coming up big, but it's just barely not enough each time, because Lumino on that last one went 18-10 with 6 strikes on the Octo shot. So it's like people on Goomies coming up with some massive games here, but I think it's just a slightly more balanced effort over on the side of Egg Spaghetti, and of course it's like, at this point, one of the key objectives for Goomies is make sure that Octocali is dying the most on Egg Spaghetti as opposed to the least.
At this point, like I said, it comes down to just deleting Octocali. That's your first step right now, if you are Goomies. Literally, that has to be your switch here. All right, this is not a one-time thing now. We don't have the stats right away readily available to our other games. But those 2 games that we have the stats, they can go and look at that too, right on the fly. You should be looking at these things. Hey, what can we do differently? Oh, okay, we have to delete this dually. This dually is playing hot right now. And look at that, they got a fall-off kill. Everything is going good for them, David. Everything they are doing is working.
Yeah, super impressive. We'll bounce around to a couple of other players here, as Flopsy on the pencil is holding down the back line here, trying to find a couple of picks. Specials online for Egg Spaghetti, trying to see if they could get any sort of value here to convert to a possible push. And it seems like with that crab coming out, the Zipcaster coming out, it will be 1 pick, but a second pick actually for Raven. Oh, I thought Raven was going to get the pick there by just zipping right through the player.
Raven said, hey, I see Callie doing some good work. It's my turn. It's my turn now. You had your fun, Callie. You got some fun picks already this game. It's my turn. I want to do some work. You know, they had some key things out there in the B&D game. Remember, they had that key pick that ended up getting it so Egg Spaghetti could push back in. So Ravens made some good plays too. Finally, we see that coming up on the scoreboard too, which is the key thing here. And with that, the rest of the team all pushing up nice and quickly, David. And this looks like they might have a shot at some points on the board.
Oh, but they do have a shot here. 2 power clams in possession. But it's going to come down to if Raven can get the picks here, and it's not going to be the case. So, Goomies survive the 2 power clams that XP had in possession. Stop it. Stop it, Octocali. No, you can't do that.
That's the second time, bro. Okay. Raven coming in clutch though in the back, but hey, I want to shout out to the Goomies. They're putting points on the board. David, they put in over 2 power clams worth of points. And mind you, I think they only had 1 power clam and 7 little clams, plus more now.
I think so too. So, like, Octocali had us distracted there, but Goomies are the ones that make the big play that matters in this moment. Halfway through, they're the first to strike, and to score that many points here in Robo Ramen is by no means a small feat, given that we've seen a lot of teams struggle to even reach 56 points remaining, period, in 5 minutes. So Goomies, they're in a fantastic position here with 2 power clams. And with, I thought they were going to get a couple more picks there, but it's 2 down on the side of Goomies now, so we'll see some jump outs. But hey, VCU in a great spot here if they can just hold on the defensive end following Egg Spaghetti's push-up here.
They have 2 power clams, 1 down though, David, as you kind of highlight. If the defense can hold. Right now it's holding pretty good. They're kind of going eye for an eye, but they lost their pencil, which is a very key defensive player for the side of Goomies. Taking 1 down with them. Look at all those balls still hanging in there. They are controlling clam economy. Mind you, power clams do not count towards clams spawning. So more clams are starting to spawn. You can see Egg Spaghetti starting to get those up. They have 1 power clam. They have Octocali has 7. Raven has 3 here. And they're going to try to get 3 kills. They get 1. But hey, they almost had it there, and but that staggering gives their team a chance to push up. Hey, Bubble says,
"Oh, Bubble,
get 3." Ooh, there we go, Goomies, getting those picks this time.
Yeah, great play by Bubble there to get 3 picks and send Egg Spaghetti back to spawn. That's the 4th pick in a row. So a bit of a delayed quad, but a quad nonetheless here. And Bubble continues to be on a tear here with this Tri-Slosher. Finally, it takes 2 members of Egg Spaghetti to shut them down on their rampage. So a great effort there by Goomies to continue to slow down Egg Spaghetti's push. And with 30 seconds to go, Kraken, it's gonna take a big play out of Egg Spaghetti to flip this lead. I'm really liking Goomies' position right now.
I do too, but this is a good play. If they can get 1 with the Zuka, they got the trade with it. They almost got 2 on the Zuka. If they would have got the kill before they popped the Zuka, I think that would have been a big push by Egg Spaghetti right now. But instead, because of that damage but not a kill, they get literally punished by that person. Eye for an eye though. 2 go down on the side of Egg Spaghetti. Make that 3 down, David. Oh, they still have a shot at it. Rare comes in and gets the double though, David.
Oh, what a play by Rare, and that's the wipeout. This game is over. Goomies tightens the lead here, making it 3-2. Still in Egg Spaghetti's favor, but Goomies, they're coming.
It seemed like they simmered Octocali there midway through that, a good early in that game. Like, they had a couple good picks early on. You know, we had that one that we saw the fall off that was just ridiculous. Like, everything is going right for them. But then they got another one. But after that, we didn't really see too many highlights from them this game. So maybe they've made some adjustments. Maybe that was just not their map. But Goomies made some good adjustments. They made some really good play. We saw a fantastic play by Bubble there in the middle of that game. At the end of the game, we saw Rare get a nice double to really just solidify that, and the rest of the team swarm the remaining player in the jump in. So finally there, Goomies seem to just simmer some things up there, and now they've swapped it back some momentum on their favor, David.
Well, Goomies did win the previous Clamblitz game, so I guess, Clamblitz, they're definitely feeling the mode, at least today. So if they do actually get this to a game 9, I would very much be looking at Goomies' prospects of converting at game 9. So if you're Egg Spaghetti, you need to shut this down soon, because Goomies, they are doing pretty well on Clamblitz. You've got 3 opportunities here now with Splat Zones, Tower Control, Rainmaker. You need 2 of them. So if Egg Spaghetti gets those 2, then, they're good. But I just would not want to get to a game 9 if I'm Egg Spaghetti. For Goomies, that actually might almost be in their favor. They need to take, again, 2 of these next 3 games. So if they get that, then I'm really liking their prospects.
I want to point out for Goomies, or point out there, you mentioned that it's Clamblitz, but not only is it Clamblitz, it's Clamblitz Museum, which plays very similar to those 2 maps that we've played on Clams. It's a very similar style, where you have like a really strong choke point, and then after that it can really start to fall apart, right? Same thing with Ramen, same thing with Inkblot. So not only is it the same mode, the maps play very similar-esque. So yes. You are really right, but we got a long ways to go for that. Zones! Mahi Mahi is back, baby. And we see pencils galore for us again, David.
Absolutely, and it's a bloodbath early on. 2 down on either side. So this will come down to these next couple of picks here, as it's Egg Spaghetti that actually, okay, nope, another trade there. I thought it was going to be Egg Spaghetti that was going to start to find themselves in an advantageous position, but Goomies, with a nice couple of picks here, will flip the zone. A great effort there early on to just go pick for pick, trade for trade on the objective.
Trade for trade, as you said. Neither team wanting to pay the penalty for a better map. They said, nah, we like it like this. This is fine. But if you want to give it up to us, we'll take it. But you can see both teams issuing penalties of about 18 points, give or take a little bit, in the first minute here. The flip back and forth, it just shows how close this set has been. And, we are 3-2. It's literally as close as you can get with the number of games we have played in terms of the score as well. And, multiple Gummers going down on Goomies. We finally have the better map in play, and that's not great if you are Goomies right now.
X7, we haven't talked a whole lot about so far in this set, but looks like they're coming up big now with a couple of nice picks there to Zuka. Out as well, not able to find anything, but does play a nice distraction to slow Goomies' efforts to get back to the zone. Those trip strikes come out a little early, not going to have any effect on the objective whatsoever. A last dive on the zone. It's going to be Bubble trying to make a play. The zone gets neutralized. It's going to be 3 members on either side. It's going to be Egg Spaghetti that holds on and claims their 4th game.
Raven just said, no, we're winning. We're done. We had some good plays by X7, as you pointed out, in the middle there. Raven finishes it off with the help of the team. And that game was nice and quick. That is how zones can be at times, right? If you get one push, it just ticks down real quick if someone doesn't have a big penalty. And with that,
absolutely.
Wow, that is a smack to the face that you just don't want if you're the team losing right now, if you're Goomies. Because that any little hope you felt, like, hey, we just won that good game, we're 1 behind, that was just like, bam, like, woo, like, you see stars going around, maybe little Goomies, the poker,
Well, taking a look at the stats, though, from those previous couple of games, actually, since we didn't get a chance to talk about Clamblitz, Robo Ramen, Bubble actually went 20-10, and Rare 17-10. So a great 1-2 punch there, and we're going to need to continue to see that, because it seems like that folks, again, on Goomies, we're seeing a lot of huge plays and huge stat lines from them, but it's just not all happening quite at the same time. And that's what we're going to need to see out of Goomies if they want to extend this set, is just everyone needs to come up big together. on the flip side of those stats, looking at this last game on Splat Zone's Mahi Mahi, it was a pretty good effort from everybody. 7, 7, 6, and 6 on the KA for Raven, Flopsy, X7, and Octocali. The Octocali actually did go down the most, four times being splatted. Everyone else combined for 5. So that time it wasn't Octocali that was the problem. The rest of the X Spaghetti team did everything in their power to stay alive.
Yeah, I mean, they made some great plays. I think we highlighted everybody making different plays in that game from Egg Spaghetti, right? Just in that last couple minutes, we saw X7 make some big plays, and we saw Raven make some big plays. We saw Flopsy make some nice picks here and there as well. They were pretty consistently making plays, and not less so like a big 3-down situation like we saw X7 and Raven do. But, hey, sometimes just getting that pick after pick after pick is the way to go because it stagnates them. And so shout out to Flopsy as well, who we haven't really talked about as much here. Kind of the nature of backline. Sometimes you don't get to see as much of what they do. And doing some work as well. So, hey, we are in Game 7. David, again, another set going to at least Game 7 tonight, which is awesome. Love to see those close sets into the playoffs. And here we see the pressure is dialed to 10 right now from X Spaghetti. They're just holding forward.
Absolutely. They're trying to come out strong here, but Fox on the heavy edit gets the pick on the tower, and any sort of momentum that Egg Spaghetti quickly built up here kind of came to a bit of a halt. As Goomies with a fantastic defense, not quite converting into offense yet, but they're doing a fantastic job of just slowing the Egg Spaghetti momentum. Oh! And as I say that...
Yeah, no more. So we went from before making jinxes in favor of things. Now we're the reverse jinxes. Now we're actually getting the jinxes going in commentators' way this time.
And we're jinxing our jinxes on top of that because now Goomies does come up with a massive defensive stop there. Checkpoint 1 does slip. But a great 3-down for Goomies, and then of course the jinx on top of the jinx on top of the jinx. It's just Kraken. Please make sense of this.
You can't. That's just the nature of commentaries curses. It just keeps happening. You start talking about something. Hey, they've been playing great all season, then they just go like 1-20 every game. You're like, what? It's just the nature of it. That's why we were so crazy when it was reverse jinxing. That's what made it so crazy. Octocali, though, good. Crab, not getting any picks, but the pressure was really good on that one. Able to stop the push for Goomies for a little while, and enough that when the Crab is over to actually get the picks. Getting the double combined with the teammate getting another assist on top of that. They're halfway to another Crab, David. If they don't get towards checkpoint 2, I would be really surprised once this Crab gets popped out. It's going to put a lot of pressure on Goomies to fall back. There it is.
Absolutely. Egg Spaghetti pushing this tower forward. 50 points remaining. Only 2 people online, though. So this will approach that next checkpoint, but not going to be able to start working on it as Octocali with another nice pick here. And that's 3 down Goomies. This tower is definitely going to be adding some more points to the board here. And Goomies could be in a little bit of trouble.
2 minutes remaining. If they can stop the push, they have a shot at this. Ooh, Callie with another Crab, David. By the way, I want to point out that was an amazing flick on Fox. I thought Fox had great positioning for a flank and then just said, nah. Callie just said, nah, I'm going to hit a direct with the Crab earlier. It was ridiculous on the flick. But, hey, Goomy says, now, we're not out of this yet. You guys aren't even getting even close to clearing that second checkpoint. You got plenty of time. We got a minute and a half remaining. Got plenty of shots at this. Just stay alive. Try to keep as many lives as you can, right? Keep the pressure up. Keep getting jumps in. Fox, really focus on keeping that life while you're keeping your pressure up. You give your team a chance. Get those jump-ins. This time, though, they're going to get punished by the combination of Raven and Octocali. But, David, 2 members of Spaghetti just went down to make that 3.
Yeah, and this is Goomy's opportunity now as Raven dives this tower rare and Bubble going to switch places with the Egg members and an absolute mess up on Egg Spaghetti's plat as everyone's playing in each other's positions here. Oh, what a wild fight that was between these two teams, and it might not be over as Lamino comes up with a nice double as well. 1 minute to play. Goomies trying to keep their season alive, and these trip strikes gonna come out, take out the pencil, take out the brush. Oh, this could be huge.
They're so close. Oh, but the double! Octocali got I think a double there. Oh my gosh, they're not gonna get the lead with this push, David. They look like they had it. 30 seconds remaining, though. The first checkpoint is cleared. If Goomies can get a push off, they have an opportunity. But Egg Spaghetti in control of the stacks, which is key. That is the key right now, is they're in control of the stacks. They're in control of the key positions. 20 seconds remaining, David. They're going for it. Goomies are popping all sorts of specials to try to clear up the stacks, but they're not able to do so. Nope. Just one member going down. Make that 2 members of Egg Spaghetti, David. It's getting close.
And it's a 2v2. Oh no, it looked like Goomies was in a position to try to keep this alive. Jumps coming in to try to save this tower, and it's everybody on the tower. Rare, the last one standing, but they fell off! They fell off! Oh no! Egg Spaghetti will win the game and the set and advance to the Division 3 finals on a hectic final possession there. Wow! Kraken, what a game!
Oh man, that was so close. Trying to dodge the Rare, trying to stay alive. They go ahead and fall off the tower. You know, hey, you're trying to keep life, keep the team in. Not gonna work out this time. Egg Spaghetti, though, after the first game, it was a little worry that they might have egg on their face. Instead, they made a fantastic dinner tonight, David.
Absolutely. A fantastic set for both of these teams. Absolutely delivered on every front, entertaining us from start to finish. And really, no. Stop it.
29 KA.
Stop it. I didn't even know that was possible.
I didn't realize it was that much. Oh.
What the heck, X7? I mean, to be fair, the numbers, the amount of picks that were just in this game in general is impressive. Like, it was all over the place. But 29, of course, stands out above and beyond what is already impressive numbers otherwise.
Yeah, so, I mean, both teams almost averaged double-digit deaths that game, David.
Combined,
they did average over double-digit deaths. There was over 80
over
kills
40 deaths. Oh, yeah. No, yeah, you're right. Over 80.
Combined, yeah. Combined over 80. Yeah.
Yep.
That's insane.
That is actually crazy. Damn, the espresso machine's got put into overtime there.
A lot of cups of coffee. I mean, it takes a lot. It takes a lot of coffee to go for Egg Spaghetti. This is a lot of work. I didn't realize it was that much work, David.
Yeah, that's crazy. So as we go ahead and start to wrap this one up, Egg Spaghetti takes the set 5-2 over Goomies. They advance to the finals where they will play CSU LB Black for the Division 3 title. Goomies advancing to the third place match to play EA UCD Splatoon White. So that is where that bracket stands. But hey, we'll see what happens next week for finals weekend. Kraken, thank you so much for joining us today as our special guest. Go ahead and plug yourself. Where can people of our chat find you?
You can find me Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, wherever. KrakenMayor77. You might be able to find me even in the chat saying hello, like right now. See, I said hi. Before, quickly, also want to shout out Neptune, our producer. Fantastic today, by the way. All 3 sets. Shout out to you, buddy. Thank you for doing that, and shout out to all the producers and everybody here at CCA, because I don't get to say that very often here on the mic. You guys are amazing.
Absolutely.
Love y'all.
And real quick, I'll plug myself for sure for the last time this season. Thank you all so much for continuing to make the CCA a wonderful place for competitive Splatoon. So I've been DRF. You can find me on Twitter at DRF_Splatoon and on Twitch at TritonDRF. But per usual, you can find me right here on the CCA channel covering all things collegiate Splatoon. Oh, from Kraken Mayor and myself here in the commentary booth, thank you all so much for joining us on this triple header Friday afternoon. We will see you all, I believe, tomorrow for the next set. It should be fun.